So I'm not going over any new workflows today, though this is one that I'm hoping to talk with you guys about very, very soon. Today, I wanted to take a look at the new ComfyUI feature, which is the App Builder. Now, if you haven't seen the app update, this is kind of what it looks like. And I'm just going to take a moment here to flash some of these outputs that I've gotten from this new workflow that, like I said, we'll chat about soon. Of course, just like every AI workflow, sometimes you get weird arms, but overall, some really, really great results here. And like I said, hopefully something we'll be chatting about very, very soon. But App Mode is a new update introduced in the ComfyUI version 17 update that basically lets you convert any workflow into a very easy user interface. So basically you can expose parts of the workflows that are meant to be adjusted and everything else stays hidden and runs in the background. So today I'm going to show you guys how to actually set this up and start using the app version of ComfyUI. So I have two examples that I'm going to go over. One that's very simple just to show the basics on how you'd set this up. And then we're actually going to try it on our master skin refiner workflow, which is the biggest workflow that we've ever done. But before we do that, the very first thing you're going to need to do is go to your manager in the update section here on the left to make sure you are selecting stable version. The reason being that I've seen some interesting bugs in the newest updates and switching to stable seems to have helped. Then you're going to click switch ComfyUI and you're going to pick either version 17, 17.1 or 17.2. If you're doing 17.2, you might as well just update ComfyUI here. I've been using version 17, which seems to work pretty well. And then obviously you'll restart and refresh your page. And when you come back, you should see this kind of graph icon here on the top left. And if you click on that, you should see these two new beta options, enter app mode and edit app. So I'm going to go ahead and click enter app mode. And as you can see, we haven't set anything up yet. So we're going to do that right now. So I'll go ahead and click build app and it's going to take us through this kind of 4-step process here. And I gotta be honest, I like this a lot. I think it's very simple and straightforward. So the first section here is our inputs. So you're going to select anything that the user should be able to adjust in the workflow. In this particular case, I'm going to select the diffusion model. As Flux Client has a bunch of different variants, people might want to switch this up for different results. This is like I said, Flux Client workflow. So we obviously want people to be able to load a reference image. So I'll go ahead and click that. Then the width, height, and number of images values. And finally the prompt. So we can see all of our selections are now highlighted blue and they also appear here on the right. Now your names may not necessarily match the name of the node, or they might say something like value or something like that. You can actually change the name of this by just clicking on these dots and clicking rename. And the reason why this is important is because this label here is what's going to show up on the front end in the app. So for example here, just to keep everything clean, I'm going to change this to prompt with a capital P. So then we'll go ahead and click next. And now we get to pick our outputs. So in this case, I'm going to do preview image. And I've tried using the image comparer node, but for some reason the app builder doesn't seem to pick this up for whatever reason. I'm not sure. We'll select it and see if it comes through, but I doubt it. So then we'll go ahead and click next again. Now we can kind of preview what the app looks like. So like I said, if these headers are kind of weird, you can go back to the input section here and adjust them. But overall, this looks good to me. So now people can select their image, the width, the height, the number of images, and put their prompt without seeing all the mess of the ComfyUI workflow. So again, then I'll click next, and then we'll be asked if we want to default load this as an app or node graph. Now this is ultimately up to you. I typically use the node graph as that's what most people will be familiar with when they first boot up the workflow, and then they can switch to the app if they want to, if it's configured, which now that we've set it up, it will be. So I'll go ahead and click apply, and we will click exit to workflow. So now we'll be taken back to the original workflow view, and if we go back to this dropdown, and now click enter app mode, we will see our setup here on the right. I'm going to change our number of runs to 1. I'm going to say the woman is wearing a green baseball cap and black sunglasses. And we will run that. And there we go. Now we can see our image came through and we see it really clean in this interface. And so if we wanted to, we could change our prompt here and run it again and everything would stay contained. You can also click reuse parameters here or click rerun. And then of course you can also download the image. Now I will say there are like a couple of things to consider with this. The first one being that ComfyUI advertised a shareable feature. Now it sounds like that is Comfy Cloud specific, which kind of sucks. However, if you, for example, back out and then save the workflow and send it to somebody, I believe that the app part of the workflow should still be there. So they should still be able to load the workflow the normal way and then enter app mode. I'm actually not entirely sure. That's my understanding. So this is definitely a really cool way to convert really complicated workflows that we get online into very simple user interfaces without needing to go pay for like Higgsfield, for example, because that's essentially what those platforms do in a lot of ways. So now we can try this on something a lot more complicated. This is our master skin refiner. If you guys haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. But we can see this is a pretty massive workflow, right? So let's go ahead and dumb this down using the app mode. So again, I'll click the drop down up here. I'll click enter app mode. Again, nothing set up, so we'll click build app. And so this is what I was talking about earlier, right? Image, value, prompt. In fact, I don't even know what these are and why they're selected by default. So I'm going to go ahead and actually just delete all of these and we can start from the beginning. So the first thing that I want to do is load image. Then we want to do the detail level, smoothness, face mask blur, upscale by. And then we also want to select all of these to control the different features of the generation. So we can see we have quite a bit here and all of them are named incorrectly. So I'm going to go ahead and actually rename all of these here. So now I've gone ahead and adjusted all of that. We can see everything matches. So now I'm going to go ahead and click next. And again, we can select our outputs. So I will do the base upscale, heavy refinement, soft refinement, blended, and final image passes. And the unfortunate part is that we can't actually rename these, which also kind of sucks. Would be nice to be able to add labels to that. And we'll go ahead and click next. And so boom, we can see that everything has been loaded here. It'd be really nice if we could actually customize the view of this a little bit more. So this looks good to me. I'll click next. And again, we'll select node graph and exit to workflow. And so one thing we can do, this workflow actually uses SeedVR2, but I'm running this locally, so I'm actually going to bypass that. And technically, if we go into the app view now, that should be reflected when we run this job. And so again, as you guys can see, it's a much simpler way to view extremely complicated workflows. Like half of this really doesn't need to be visible to the user, but that is pretty much it. That's mostly what I wanted to show off today. Like I said, we have some hopefully pretty cool stuff coming and a lot related to AI influencers. So keep an eye out. And as always, I will talk to you guys later.